So it seems like the old Genshin community, well, the old Genshin Twitter community is back, because it seems like they're back to bullying voice actors off of the platform due to some extremely tame posts. Now, this is coming from Kat Protano, who obviously is the voice actor for Skirk. Now, obviously, Skirk is a very big character in the game. People were very excited for her release, obviously, with how much she's been mentioned previously. Now, obviously, it seems like she recently came out of a post talking about the fact that, she didn't realize something would be a big deal, and pretty much announced that she would be leaving Twitter for a little bit of a while because of the situation. And a lot of people were wondering, well, what exactly has happened? Well, it seems like they're going after her for shipping. They're annoyed at her because of shipping. So essentially, if you don't know, obviously Skirk and the voice actor for Maria actually are in a relationship. Obviously, the voice actors are in a relationship, right? And obviously, she's been posting a lot of content and fan art between the two characters, right? Because obviously the two people in real life are in a relationship together. And obviously, people are not happy about that for some reason. And obviously, we've had a lot of these issues before in terms of shipping in the Genshin community and in the wider gacha community as well, where people just do not like it whenever people ship two characters, especially the voice actors, because then it feels like all the other ones are invalid to them or something like that. Obviously, she even puts out a post here saying thank you for the Skirk eggs for rare edits. I've been stuck in my bed feeling like sludge because of all of these med side effects, so you're all making my day better. So obviously, yeah, a lot of people have been submitting a ton of artwork to her, and there's been a lot of normal people who have been interacting with it, right? But again, if you go over to her actual post here, she actually made this post which has over 2 million views almost, saying, I didn't realize it would become a big deal, but just to clear things up, it's a crack ship for funsies. It was just brought on by me and Blythe being silly, and I didn't mean to insinuate any kind of grooming or mischaracterization of Skirk. I spent many hours with Skirk in the booth, and I know her and her character very well at this point. I'm sorry if it upset anyone. It was purely me being silly and in love and enjoying something with my partner while appreciating fan artwork. It was never serious, I promise. And it was mostly me being excited I could share the experience of being in this game with my partner. I realized I should be more professional and present my work better, so I'll likely be stepping away from Twitter for a bit and keeping things profesh for the time being. So yeah, obviously the Genshin community seems to have successfully just kind of pushed a voice actor off of Twitter, which I think is pretty insane. Obviously, as I said, a lot of these posts were completely tame. I feel like, if you want to post that kind of stuff on your account as a voice actor, you're free to do so. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think that obviously, the fact that, the voice actors are in a relationship in real life, obviously, yeah, you'd want to show off the fact that, the two characters are in the same game together. And, it would be really cool to see a lot of artwork like that. And I can understand her excitement from seeing artwork from people, and people have been posting about this saying, so Skirk's VA was harassed to leave Twitter because apparently the integrity of a gacha character is worth more than that of a human being. Y'all are not good people. And I was people saying, wait, what? I said, yeah. I said, what happened? I said, what happened to Kat? Wait, she left. She said, what do I need to see? And obviously, yeah, a lot of people are saying, like, a lot of people don't know what happened, right? More people as well saying Skirk managed to bully Skirk fans managed to bully their own VA off of Twitter for having fun with her partner. Genshin fandom at its finest. So again, obviously a lot of people saying, Jesus Christ, people need to touch grass, which 100% is true, because again, I think this is obviously mainly Skirk fans and maybe even Rarea fans as well, right? It's mainly them, because obviously they don't want their characters to be kind of, I don't know, they don't want them to be seen as in a relationship with something. But like, even then, it's literally just fan art, because they wouldn't get annoyed at the fact that someone made fan art between two characters, right? Just on a whim, just randomly. But obviously, because the voice actors then posted it, for some reason they feel like it's okay to then go and attack them for it, because again, they just dislike the fact that they're shipping two characters together. Again, I don't see any problem with it, but it is a problem that has been going on in the community where a lot of voice actors and stuff can't actually express their real opinions and their real kind of feelings towards their characters and their ships and things like that, which obviously then causes problems like this, where we now have a voice actor who is now, taking a step back from Twitter, which I think is pretty crazy. A lot of people have been commenting on this point on this post as well, saying, I guess it don't count for much, but as a big part of the community does not condone the action against VAs having fun with the character they lend their voice. Most of the people who harass you sadly can't differentiate reality from fantasy. More people saying, oh my gosh, it's that side of the Genshin Impact community again. Please don't take this too seriously. These people cannot separate fiction from reality and cannot see anything beyond what is in their heads and just try to force it on everyone else. Real ones of us know that it was just a silly fun crack ship and nothing more. Please take care and we'll miss you guys. Much love. More people saying, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that you're going through harassment for voicing characters and for voicing characters you and your partner voiced, which again, yeah, it's very, very weird. And if you say, bro, leave the VAs alone, girl, this is your personal account, be as crazy as you want. Which, yeah, it's 100% true, because again, these are, at the end of the day, the voice actors' personal accounts. Now, obviously, we've had many issues with voice actors for Genshin Impact and their personal accounts, for example, like the Paimon one, right? We've talked about that quite a lot on my second channel. But also, I think they are free to post whatever they feel like posting, because it is their personal account, right? And including, obviously, artwork and things like that, which have been made for them. Now, obviously, this tweet hasn't been super well received. I mean, it's got 13,000 likes to 2 million views almost, right? I feel like that isn't a great ratio, but again, maybe it is just because it's been quoted so much, so many people have seen it. But people saying there's nothing wrong with you being excited to share this special opportunity. Some people just need to chill out. You're a great VA and are perfect for skirk. Literally ignore any of these people getting mad about the mischaracterizations of a couple lines of code and a pixel model. Said, what's the context here? What grooming? Aren't both of them adults? And obviously, yeah, they go on to say, grooming isn't exclusive to age gaps between people. If someone says I was groomed by X person, it means that they were manipulated or forced into doing things. Said, and why are people thinking there's any of that in any of the fan arts? Said, some people probably think it's problematic because Rarir is Sutalagi's friend, and Sutolagi basically tortured skirk. If you ask me, it's just stupid. Kat wasn't sharing the skirk/Rarir because of the character's background. She shared it because of her and her partner's character. And obviously, yeah, people are taking it way too in depth in terms of oh, this is how the character should be in terms of the lore and stuff. No, it's just obviously, as you can see, and as we've been saying throughout this video, it is just a voice actor and their partner, another voice actor, pretty much both just expressing both of their characters in the game, because that would be pretty cool to have, two characters in the same game with your partner. And obviously, they're just sharing fan art which people have made to do with it, regardless of the kind of interactions that the characters have in game. We've seen many of the voice actors do this in the past. For example, there's characters that would never have even met, right? And they put them in the same fan art, but due to them being friends or being partners or whatever, whatever the reason may be, right? And they share it and say, oh my god, I love this. This is so great, right? Because obviously, it is just a fun thing. Obviously, yeah, sure, D-Look is never going to meet up with, Farina or something like that, right? Well, maybe they will, but again, maybe they already have. I don't know. I haven't played all the events, right? But again, if you put them in the two pieces of artwork, although it doesn't really make sense, it still makes sense in terms of the voice actors and is a big part of just, fan art. That's one of the points. It doesn't have to be lore accurate. It doesn't have to have ramifications for the story. It is fan art at the end of the day. It's not official art, it's fan art. And I think that obviously voice actors are allowed to share that as much as they want to. But again, obviously, it seems like Kat has been now forced off of the platform by a lot of these people sending a lot of harassment and hate her way. So again, obviously, that is pretty sad to see. But again, obviously, that is just what happens sometimes in the community when you do stuff that people don't like. Well, people, I say people, a lot of the crazy Hoya fans don't like, which I think is pretty crazy. But again, obviously, it's interesting. And yeah, I thought it was just a very, weird situation overall that people kind of need to get a grip on. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code CASO, get 10% off again. We got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.